Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hopefully we haven't got the same problems we had last week on the MotoMeerkat World Series stream, where you couldn't hear me when this camera was on. I think I fixed it though. So welcome to the stream, everyone. Now, you don't need to tell me that I look a bit shit today. I know. I am a little bit hungover. Had a bit too much to drink last night. Had a bit too much of an enjoyable time. But obviously, can't let the MotoMeerkat World Series pass me by. So, got to jump in, get my commentating on, and have a good time today. But obviously, yeah, today, fourth round of the MotoMeerkat World Series. I'm going to be a little bit less animated on the mic, I think, today. But this should be a great race. I'm really excited. So, as I said, at the Red Bull Ring, and today we have been blessed. It is raining at the Red Bull Ring in real life right now, so obviously in game we're replicating that, and so I think it was, because in Project Cars you have light rain, medium rain, or heavy rain, and we're on the medium rain, so nothing horrendously bad like we saw at Austria last week, but still could be interesting for the drivers, and it's the drivers' sort of first time to get out in the wet and see how they can genuinely do. So the timing sheet could be a little bit changed up for today, so that'll be interesting for the championship. Now, there's been a couple of changes to the drivers today. Sear Washington 7 has had to leave the championship for good, so we should be having Triple Crown Racing from YouTube. If you haven't seen his channel yet, go and check it out. We should be having him jumping in and joining the race today, but we have been having some slight problems with that, as I've just seen someone spinning it in the pits, which is great already. Great to see. So yeah, hopefully we'll see him in here, but he's had a little bit of trouble getting here on time. Then Sam Alicious also can't compete today. He's had to rush his dog to the vets, I believe. So hopefully your dog feels a bit better soon, Sam. And we've got PFC JTJ taking his place today in the Audi. So it'll be interesting to see what his pace is like. He was in my open lobbies that I did. What was that, on Monday? And he was relatively pacey. I think we had a couple of good races. So good to see him out on track. Now we got, oh dear, it was on 13 and now we're on 11. So a couple of people already leaving the lobby. We'll switch over to this cam before we chat, because I understand that my face is not a pretty picture to look at today. So we'll jump straight over to the gameplay. As you can see from the cam, oh my goodness, it is moist. There is a decent amount of spray going on for these boys, so a lot to deal with. JWF1 saying, I am taking part, Liam. I'm rapid. Nice. No swearing on this stream though. No swearing. Keep the bad words to a minimum. Let's hope also that my microphone's still working when I go into this stream. Sorry, into this screen. Absolutely downing the water today. But there we go. We've got Southless out on track currently. As I said, only 11 runners. So hopefully people are in the live chat saying invite, please. Yeah, they are. Okay, cool. We've got people in the pits as well. So hopefully people can get some invites and jump in. But yeah, people just about to start off their first lap. We got YTB Ferrari like sort of half sticking out the pit there for some reason. F1 reviews pulling over to the side and allowing Southless through on the big long straight leading from turn 1 to I believe it's turn 3 up at the end here. The very, very heavy braking right-hander, because I think they count the sort of curve left in that straight as a corner. But that's just rubbish. That's not a corner, because you don't have to lift off even at all. You just curve around it. So, sure, whatever. Red Bull Racing, Red Bull Ring organisers, you do whatever you want. And then this is turn 4. Obviously, Alexander Albon's favourite corner there. Enjoys getting all over the curb on the outside there. So who have we got in the lobby at the moment? We've got Divan Lure as well in the Acura. He did very well on his debut last week, going wide at turn 4, managing to keep it on the black stuff. As I said, he did well at Monza last week for his debut. Started off on pole, but didn't have the best race ever. Where did he end up finishing? Let me check my little Excel document. He ended up finishing 6th in the race, so got passed after the pit stops. He was battling for the lead very well, and then we had the pit stop switch ups, and he just couldn't really get back on the pace as much as he was before. So hopefully we can see him pop in some good solid times today and get near the top of the timesheet again. Now there's going to be a lot of coughing and spluttering and water drinking and possibly needing to run to the toilet on this stream. So give me slack for today, boys. We had Arsenal going off in the background there as well. I don't know what he was doing. Divan Love setting a time of 1:37.5 as Arsenal really is having difficulty keeping that BMW on track. As Jack goes even faster, the 1:35.3. Now I have absolutely no idea about times today, to be quite honest. Especially as I think a lot of the boys have been practicing in the dry, and obviously now it's slightly moist. So I think the timings that they were setting anyway doesn't really have any change on these weather conditions. I'm just really excited for my meal deal that my mum brought back, to be honest. After this, that's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be very, very cheeky, very, very tasty. How are people doing? How's everyone that's watching? Are we all doing well? Hope everyone's feeling okay on this fine day. I would say, oh, watch out, Arsenal. Diving back on track. There we go. He lets Jack through. He lets him through nicely. So that's all good there. I think we got a lot of people coming out the pits now. We're up to 13 as well in the lobby, which is good. Getting a few more people jumping in. Hopefully we can get as many people in the lobby as possible, and we can go. I sent the videos to the chat earlier. The boogity boogity boogity. Let's go racing, boys. That's how I'm feeling today. No, I'm really not feeling like that, to be honest. I'm not feeling like shouting, screaming, swearing, whatever. So, not for the best. But obviously, 15 minutes of practice, then a 15-minute qualifying session, and then a 40-minute race for today. If they're doing, 1:35s, what's that going to be? It's about a 27-lap race, I believe it is today. Oh dear, WR Leclerc going very wide at the left-hander there, losing it slightly on corner exit. But bloody hell, Jack, as we've been saying at previous rounds, he puts in the times in practice and quali. Jeez Louise. People doing sort of 1:37s at the moment, and he's smashed in a 1:35. He's 2 seconds quicker than his closest challenger of Todd E Games. Stunning, that Bleu de France blue Renault livery as well. Very, very sexy. Sexy little thing that livery is. You can't lie, you can't lie. Bit disappointed on the views today as well. Maybe it'll pick up after practice. Also, a lot of people knowing that the stream usually starts at midday, but today it's had to start at 11:30 because we've got the Formula 1 qualifying at 1 o'clock. So I didn't want it to get in the way of that at all. Because obviously people, I know the MotoMeerkat World Series is very good, but I think people are going to be preferring to watch the Formula 1 over that. As we've got YTB Ferrari setting a very nice time in the Cadillac, 1:36.2, just under a second off the leader of Jack. We've got Southers coming across the line as well, and F1 reviews. Who's that in the background? Someone did just set a time, I believe. Was it PFC? No, it wasn't him. It was Arctic. There we go. JWF1 jumping in the lobby in his Bentley. And setting not a very quick time of a 1:45.8. Not going to be his best one there. Who was that just set a time? Was it McGuinness? No, it wasn't McGuinness. It was CJ Pants. There we go. In 11th in that Lamborghini. Another one who was doing very, very well at the previous round in Monza. He obviously had a great battle with Divan Lure for first for a large portion of the race, and then Rundy was able to get away. Was able to run away with the lead. He's not actually in this session at the moment, so hopefully we can see him jump in before the practice session finishes out. He managed to secure the win, making it 3 different winners from 3 races in the MotoMeerkat World Series so far. The most exciting championship in the world, I think you can safely say. And then, as I was saying, GSR CJ Pants having a great battle for first, Rundy running away with it, and then he had a fantastic battle with Jack for second as well, which was flipping brilliant to see. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to go and check out the highlights that are now on the channel from Monza. Absolutely fantastic race. I was screaming as the boys were coming across the line for second and third. Absolutely fantastic. Photo finish for second. Hopefully we see something very similar today. That would be brilliant. Brilliant to watch. As people sort of just making their way downtown, walking fast. Hopefully we all get the reference to that. I just don't listen to the notes like an idiot. Hey, Dark Faust is in here. What's going on, buddy? Red Bull Ring indeed, mate. Red Bull Ring indeed. So who was that? We'll jump over to Todd. We haven't seen him out on track yet. Did very well to begin off the season. I think, was he the race winner at the first round? I have a feeling he was. Or maybe he got very close. Yeah, no, Toddy Games won the first round in Algarve in his bit of a cheeky McLaren. But then we've seen him not do too well in the next 2 races. So he obviously won the first one. And then the next 2 races he got an 8th place at round 2 and another 8th place at round 3. So not picking up too many points, sitting in 5th at the moment at 137.1. Hopefully we can see him back at the top of the timesheet for today, picking up some decent points. As the championship is it's looking rather spicy. It's looking cheeky at the moment, I can't lie. Oh, bloody hell. Stomach is not enjoying today. Yeah, the championship's looking very good. We got WRL Leclerc, who is in 4th at the moment. He's in the pits, but he is sat on 34 points at the top of the championship table. Then we got Jack, who's currently quickest on the timing sheet, in 2nd place on 29 points. Then Rundle, who's not here today, in 3rd on 27. Then Toddy, as I mentioned, in 4th place in the championship on 21 points. Then we got CJ Pants, also doing very well, very well today. This is not a track that favours the Lamborghini. It's all right. It's not its worst, but it's not its best. He's sat in 5th in the championship on 16 points, and that rounds out your top 5 in the championship. Also, people very close, especially the top running boys and sort of the mid pack. We got from 6th to 9th is separated by 3 points, which is good. So all to play for still out on track today. 4 minutes left of this fine practice session. Well, I was going to say fine weather, but it's definitely not that. If there's one thing it's not, it's a nice day for it. Oh, who was that? That was our new man, I believe. It was indeed, just behind. PFC. I might call him KFC just for the band. Just because PFC JTJ is quite the mouthful to say on stream. So the chicken boy is down in 12th place at the moment. Good on him for stepping in, taking up a place that was necessary at the last minute. So thank you very much to him. Hopefully he can put in some decent times. Currently sat right near the rear end of the timing sheet. But I'm sure he'll quickly pick it up and get better. Being definitely thrown in the deep end here with a car that he doesn't know, had no practice at the track, and now it's absolutely pissing it down. So all we can ask is that he does his best, as all of our moms say when we go to school. Kids love F1 in here as well. Hello, mate. Porsche 911 RSR. That's what McGuinness is in, I believe. In 8th place, yeah. He's in the Porsche 911. Ben is in here as well. Ben Eansgeck. Hello, mate. How are you today? Now to reiterate to you boys. Reiterate to you boys. Quite hungover today, lads. So apologies about the inactivity on the mic. Once we get into some proper action, though, in qualifying the race, we'll pick up. We'll be all good. Now, I believe I'm supposed to be commentating on another league today, but I think I'm definitely going to have to I'm going to have to drop out of that. Oh, Rundy said F1 quali is at 2. Well, the stream of F1 quali starts at 1. And I looked it up online and it said quali at 1 as well. So I was getting very confused. I didn't know whether it was at 1 or 2. So I started it just a little bit early. Started it a little bit early for today. Oh dear, Rundy's trying to get a... But yeah, there we are. Minute and a half left on the clock today. People are starting to put in more competitive times now. It's quite near the end of the session, so I'm not sure if Rundy is going to be able to jump in. Hopefully he can. There we go. He's in the session. Down in 14th. In the Mercedes. Not going to have any practice for today, though. Very, very frustrating for him. But he jumps out there on the wet track for today. And hopefully he can put in a couple of times just before we start. Gear 3 Gaming hasn't been able to jump in. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for Triple Crown Racing. Finn Houlihan is in here as well. Welcome, mate. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. As I was saying, about 45 seconds left. 30, 45 seconds. I'm not sure Rundle is going to get a lap in. He might just come round to start a proper lap. But he's going to have to use quali as his sort of practice session for today. With Jack's initial time from very, very early on in the session has sort of stuck as the fastest time so far. 1:35.3, which is very, very quick. Almost a second quicker than the second quickest man, YTB Ferrari, who should be very, very impressed with that time he set. Not one to usually be at the top of the timings, so very, 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 very proud of him for that time. And I know he was slightly nervous before starting this, so hopefully that will have calmed his nerves a little bit. But there we are. Practice is complete. We're going to now just wait for people to trickle around, finishing their laps, and then we'll jump into the qualifying session for today. As I don't believe anyone's really... People are just sort of trickling around, as I said. No one's on particularly fast laps, I don't believe. As a lovely end to the session there for Begin to smashing into the pit wall. Beautiful scenes. As there are other people coming across the line. YTB Ferrari who's had a crash. We've got KFC. And we've got Southless. Lots of crashing going on, I can see further down the straight. Raptors coming across the line. We had Arsenal coming across the line. We've got F1 Reviews coming across the line. Divan Lur coming across the line. I believe that will end the session, unless someone else is coming around that I haven't noticed. Jack was I'm not sure where it is. Oh, there we go. Trundling around. Hopefully we don't have to wait the whole 30 seconds. We've got CJ Pants coming across the line. And there we are. Oh dear, it says Arctic left the session, but sometimes it says that and then it's incorrect, and then I'm not sure what's going on. But we'll hopefully get this over and done with and get through to the qualifying session for today at the Red Bull Ring. I'm very excited. Very excited. Hopefully the spinning ring of death... Ah, there we go. It's gone. Thank God. Thank giddy aunt. Kids love F1. Bonjour. I don't know you're French. I know you're not French. We'll get that. Oh my God. WR Leclerc having an interesting one in the pits there. Same with... Oh my goodness. People all over the shop in the pits. Right, there we go. Not sure what people were doing there. Southlands is out on track already, though. How did he get out so fast? He's ages ahead of everyone else. Fair play. He must have just jumped straight in and gone straight off. Arthur League Racing is in here as well. Hello. Jack saying, wish I could be there, but I can't. Big sad, Jack. Big sad. We miss you. We miss you. So here we have it, 15 minutes at the Red Bull Ring. Let's see what times people can put in place. Now, from the practice, we would assume that Jack is going to go top of the timing sheet, but you never know. You never know. This series throws up some blinders, so it's going to be interesting to see where they all trickle around and filter in, and how this affects the championship standings. As I was saying, very, very close, even at the top of the table, which is good to see. We've gotten used to now in Formula One just having the top of the the top of the championship table being very sparse, just having the sort of two Mercedes running away with it, and then everyone filtering in behind. But not in the MotoMeerkat World Series. We're all over it like a rash. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with what's happening with this. I don't understand what happened with the Formula One qualifying, to be honest. Because I literally looked it up online and it said 1 o'clock. I don't know. I guess that's when the live feed happens for Formula One is at 1. But anyway, I wanted to make sure it was done so no one missed out on whatever they wanted to be doing. But we've managed to get who was it? Arctic JWF1 in, and sorry, it was Rundy, wasn't it? Who had to jump in the session a bit late, but he's managed to get in okay. So we're all good. We're all good. Lance Stroll is apparently doing a free giveaway on his channel in the chat. Lovely, mate. I mean, I respect the grind, so fair play. Hopefully the giveaway is good. If it's rubbish, then you can get out of the chat. Oh, Thomas Fleming. Hello, mate. He says he's at the track right now. He couldn't jump in today's session because he was karting. So he says I thought I'd drop in and say hi. Well, thank you, mate. Thank you for dropping in, joining the MotoMeerkat World Series stream, and saying hello. Good luck in your karting for today, mate. It's sad we can't see you on Project Cars 2, but to be fair, I think we'd all love to be karting right now. Actually, no, that's a lie. I definitely wouldn't. People were saying in the chat I'd be doing on stream I'd be doing a Mark Webber 2007 where he's throwing up in his helmet. If I was karting, I definitely would be. With Southus coming around the final corner, gonna set the first sort of quick lap as such. I don't know how he's managed to get half a circuit on everyone else still, but fair play. Comes across the line with a 1:35.9, which it's a pretty good time, I'm thinking. People possibly doing race runs in the practice, maybe why times were slightly falling off. But I think what was Jack's time? A 1:35.3, wasn't it? So 1:35.9 to begin the session is very, very cheeky. We've got people coming across the line as well. We've got Divan Lur, who just finished the lap. Rundy as well. Also, Toddy Games going fastest with a 1:35.3. Then Arsenal just behind, who has not set a time. And WRL Leclerc, who hasn't set a time quite yet as well. Oh, yes, he has. There we go. A 1:36.0. So timings just for their initial quick laps being pretty close together. As Jack, wow, a 1:34.5. Bloody hell, his first quick lap is a very, very nice start. 8/10 up on Toddy in second. So as we were saying, always expecting big things from Jack in the timesheets. See if he can hold it together in the race though. He's been slowly eking away at everyone in the championship, and now he's sitting very happy in second place with a decent haul of points. So see what he can do today. Thomas Fleming said, also, when you got wiped out in F1 reviews at Brazil, I hopped in your car and got redemption and won at Austria. Nice one, mate. I'm very proud. Yeah, I was useless in that car anyway, so probably was for the better that you jumped in and took my place. I'm just useless at the Formula 1 game, to be quite honest. I don't know if I'm going to get Formula 1 2020. I probably will at some point. I'll end up giving in and getting it. I just don't really rate the F1 games. Just do not find them particularly enjoyable to race. Like, I wouldn't really be doing it by myself. All I'd be doing is buying it for streams. But if you would like to see that, then let me know, and I'm sure we can get that. We can get that sorted. Do some open lobbies possibly. But the main man of open lobbies is currently in this lobby, F1 reviews. In that, as I say in every stream, beautiful Nissan GTR. Very sexy boy. He got very unlucky at the previous race in Monza with a massive start line crash. I think he barely even got on the way. It was about halfway down the straight, and then just got very unlucky, squeezed by two boys, and then he rolled it. Similarly to what's his name, Marcus Ericsson, and he rolled it at the end of the straight a couple of years ago in Formula 1. But F1 Reviews didn't even wait till the end of the straight for his crash. He was just all over the shop, bouncing all over the place. It was a lot of laughs, We got, who was that over the line? McGuinness sets a lap, but not particularly a quick one. As F1 Reviews goes back in the pits, so we'll switch over to Devan Lur. Currently sat in 5th place on a 1:35.7. It's looking like sort of low 1:35s is the target for most. Toddy just sneaking into the 1:34s now on a 1:34.9. And then Jack just blowing everyone out of the water, to be quite honest, with a 1:34.5. Pretty mental. Thomas Fleming says, practice makes perfect, fella. It does indeed, but that's the thing. I don't really have the want or the time to do the practice on the F1 game. So all I do is jump in and then be absolutely rubbish. But that's more fun. That's way more fun. Chilling around the mid-pack or the back of the grid, just bouncing off everyone. That's the problem with that game as well, is that you can't do... Well, no one really does open lobbies without damage on. And those bloody F1 cars, they're like, you change the wind by like 5 miles an hour on the front ring brakes. So I find that a little bit frustrating. You can't really use people as a brake as much as you can in project cars. No people in this lobby. No people in this lobby using anyone as a brake though. As I believe CJ Pants has a penalty. Let's have a look. He does indeed. GSL CJ Pants getting a 1-place grid penalty. Not sure what that's for. But I'm sure we'll find out after the race. It'll be most likely speeding in the pits. That's what it usually is. It's always very, very difficult to get it right in the pits. And also the buttons just sometimes mess up and don't really know what's going on, and big difficulty, lots of difficulty. As we wind down the session, had about almost 10 minutes now of running time. Just had WR Leclerc go across the line. He's in 4th place at the moment. F1 Reviews also crosses the line, doesn't go any faster. And then Toddy Games, not faster either. He's challenging right at the front though for this session on a 1:34.9. Hopefully no one makes the mistake of, hopefully everyone changes their pit strategy to make sure that they change to wet tyres. Because I've done that before in another racing league that I was in, where I came into the pits, had my normal pit strategy on, changed tyres and realised, oh my god, they put it on slicks and it was in the pouring rain. And then I had to just attempt to get round. I think I was like 17 seconds a lap slower or something like that. It was awful. Awful. And yeah, I finished well last. But it was quite funny. It was very funny anyway, so what does it matter? Oh dear. I believe Arsenal now has a penalty as well. Yeah, there you go, one place grid penalty. So for the people behind GSR, CJ Pants and Arsenal at the moment, so that's Southless and Rundle, they're looking very, very happy. They're thinking free place, hell yeah. Free place on the grid. Why not? Yes, please. I'll take that off your hands. But Jack coming in the pits. Only 5 minutes left of the session, so we'll see if he goes back. He'll probably go back out and do 1 or 2 more laps. Quite a short lap, the Red Bull Ring is, to be fair. Especially in the Formula 1 cars. They were doing like 105, weren't they? 106, something like that. These boys are doing sort of 135s around. It's the usual time frame. We've got more people crossing the line. I think everyone everyone except JWF1 set a relatively competitive time now. That's oh dear. I thought Toddy had gone faster there, but no. Still at a 1:34.9. YTB Ferrari as well, still doing very, very well. Up in 3rd place, only a second off of the 1:35.5. Very, very nice from him. But yeah, YTB Ferrari not really challenging in the championship at the moment. He's down in 12th place on 5 points in the championship. So if he can do today's race as he goes into the pits. If you can do today's race, get some decent points. I mean, if you can finish in third where he starts, that would be brilliant. Lovely haul of points. What's that? 10 points. That would absolutely bump him up right into the contention of the championship. Sort of the mid-pack, 5th and 6th place. So good luck to him today. As we watch Divan Lur again, as I said, did very well on his debut last week in Monza. But today, looking again to challenge at the top, get some good points. As he's currently in 5th place on a 1:35.7. We'll see if he can go any faster this time around. He doesn't. Quite a few seconds off his fastest time there. As we've got other people trickling in and out of the pits, trying their best still to get setups. I would most believe. Use that 15 minutes of practice to do the same. But sometimes you just can't quite get it right in 15 minutes. So again, still using this time to try and get better. Oh Jesus! These waves of hungover nausea are bloody awful. Christ! I decided against having a bucket beside me while I'm streaming. I was like, no, I'm having a strong sense of mind. I'm not having that sat next to me. It'll put me in the wrong mindset. So we're good. We're still feeling fine. We got what, 2.5 minutes left of the session now. Guys doing their trickling in their final laps to try and put them as high up on the leaderboard as possible. As I believe it was JWF on who hadn't set a competitive time yet, and now he has for the 1:37.4, about 3 seconds off the quickest time from Jack. And a slight gap at the front, to be fair, with Jack half a second on Todd. As, oh dear, JWF1 goes for a little spinala at turn 4. Always good to see a cheeky spinala, to be fair. Getting that ass out for us, JWF1, thank you. But yeah, with only 2 minutes left, what are these boys saying? L4NO, I believe that's said Lano. Oh dear, who was that? I think that was KFC. Yeah, there he goes, gone back to the pits. KFC binned it in the background. People chucking it all over the place. Yeah, Lano says, oh, that's wet. Yes, it is very wet in at the Red Bull Ring today. The boys doing their best to keep it on the black stuff, but obviously not always going to plan, as we've seen quite a few spins already. And I've already told the boys, no heroics into T1, guys. It's gonna be an interesting one at turn 1. So make sure you stay tuned in. Only a few minutes left to go until the race will begin, and we'll get boogity boogity boogity. Let's go racing, boys. As we've got Toddy Games coming around the penultimate corner. A few guys actually coming around onto the pit straight. There we go. Rando coming across the line, not setting a particularly quick time. As oh dear, Raptor's binned it into the wall. Toddy Games goes across the line, doesn't go any faster. But Raptor having a little bit of difficulty coming out the final corner there. As F1 Reviews does not go any faster. Who's that behind him? Divan Lur does not go any faster. And GSR Studio Pants as well. He's down in 6th. But obviously he's got that grid penalty. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but just about finishing out the session now. Some of these boys who started their laps, I think they'll still be able to go round and do another lap. As there we are. Session is officially over. We've got a few people coming onto the straight. There we go. It's YTB Ferrari finishes his session. Very respectable 3rd place from him there. That's who's sat in the background. I believe that's Arctic, is it? Yeah, there we go. Arctic, I think, just bumped up to 9th there with that time. But still, a few more lads just ending out the session. But it's looking to be very interesting today. Very interesting. That's who we got coming around the final corner there. That's an extreme close up of WR Leclerc, who's off at T4. is it coming around the last corner? Was it Todd? No. We'll have to watch the timing sheet then. See who comes through here. No one set a faster time. We'll see if Todd comes around the final corner. Is he able to do anything? Snatch that pole away from Jack, maybe? Only half a second in it. No, he's not able to today. Sadly, not a faster time from him. Then we got a couple of boys coming around, coming over the line. We got Devan Lure. Stays in 5th place though today. And then just behind him we had CJ Pants, who I don't believe set a faster time. JWF1 said, this is not going great, I'll be honest. I can't string a lap together. I was 0.7 seconds green and just effed it on the last corner. Nice, mate. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Just do your best, JWF1. That's all we can ask. But there we are. We're gridded up. Almost ready to go. The boys just got to do all their settings and make sure they're ready. And I'll talk you through the grid for today. So we got Jack on pole. Toddy Games. There we go. That's a better camera. Why are we looking there? Toddy Games lining up second. Then we got YTB Ferrari in 3rd behind. I'll keep it on this camera angle. We got WRL Leclerc in 4th. Then Devan Lure in 5th. Southless in 6th. CJ Pants in 7th. F1E Reviews in 8th. Arctic in 9th, who's obviously JWF1. Then Rundle in 10th. Arsenal FC 145 in 11th. McGintis in 12th, which is really bad for him. I didn't even notice that. McGintis all the way down in 12th. He's usually very pacey, but not his best performance there. Sitting on the second back row in the Porsche. Then Raptor just behind him in 13th, and then our newbie to the championship, we got KFC on the final row, on the final position on the grid. So good luck to him, and good luck to all of the drivers for today. And Lado says, "Oh boy, this is going to be chaos." Mate, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. T1 could be very interesting. Look at the rain absolutely hammering down on the start-finish straight. That Marshall is not looking particularly happy. But equally, he's got a woolly hat on. So is it a woolly hat? Can't even really tell. I think it's a woolly hat. He's absolutely rocking that with his orange little orange jacket there. Height of fashion there from the safety man. But equally, there's not very many of them, are there? Where are all the teams? Maybe because it's so wet, they're all like bun this, and they all just went back to their caravans. They were like, "You boys go out and race, and we'll just go and chill in there." Kids love F1. Please no Punterino, Jimmer. I think that's what Jack sat on pole is definitely thinking right now. Please. There we go. I believe everyone is readied up now. We're going to be syncing, and we're going to go to the start of the race. As we go to 5 red lights. And we're underway at the Red Bull Ring. A great start for Toddy Games. Gets the jump on Jack at the start. And we'll look back as we go into the first corner. Boys jostling. Oh dear. Arsenal JWF1 already off into the wall. No Punterinos, please, everyone. We've got round okay, I believe. As Arsenal having another battle there in the background with McGintis. Pushing each other around. I don't think too much damage for anyone, though. Toddy Games leads up into the first corner. Jack pressuring WRL Leclerc. He's going to look up the inside into turn 3. He does so. He goes very deep, though. Oh, dear. He's hit Todd. He is absolutely rear-ended Todd there. Completely outbraked himself into turn 3. That's been very beneficial to WRL Leclerc, who sneaks into the lead. Toddy back down into 4th, and he's going to have some serious damage on the rear of his car there. As Jack now pressuring WRL Leclerc again. CJ Pants being sent on by Toddy Games. Toddy Games gets it stopped a little bit better than Jack did. And then he's now going to be pressuring Jack, in fact. As Jack goes wide, and I believe, there we go, let's Toddy Games through. Says, "Sorry, mate, my sincerest apologies." And lets him back through. Then we got, going back through the pack, we've got Devan Lure in 5th. South is just behind him in 6th. Raptor doing well there in 7th. McGintis down in 8th, and then Arsenal and JWF1 just behind. They're obviously in a little bit of a crash. I'm not sure what's happened to these boys down near the rear. What happened to YTB Ferrari? They must have had a little bit of a crash there. He was doing very well. Very sad for him, obviously on 3rd on the grid. As Jack looking up the inside of Todd. Hopefully giving him a little more room than before, as Raptor was very, very wide in the background there. Coming back across the grass. He's definitely going to get a slowdown for that one. As, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Jack and Todd going side by side up the pit straight. Jack's going to look for it into the first corner. He's got the inside line, so I think he's going to grab him by the scruff of the neck there as they press each other. And that's going to let CJ Pants get a great run up the inside and take both of them into second in the Lamborghini. Very nicely done there from CJ Pants. But even though CJ Pants is through, Jack and Todd are going to continue battling now over 3rd place Todd's going to send it back up the inside into T3. He goes super deep, goes up the inside of CJ Pants as well, pushes him wide. Done a little bit of a Lance Stroll, but got the move done very nicely there from Todd. But this is all allowing WRL Leclerc to speed ahead in the lead. As you can see on the map, everyone in a very nice little train here. As Jack looks to go up the inside, can't do so, goes wide. CJ Pants also having to defend from D Van Leur. They had a great battle in Monza, so hopefully we can see the same again today. All very, very close on track at the moment. D Van Leur pressuring the rear of CJ Pants for that 4th place. CJ Pants doing a great move into the first corner, but only a few corners later, and he's down to 4th, and possibly even down to 5th now as D Van Leur looks up the inside. They're going to squeeze each other. Squeeze each other around that left-hander. Looking like they got the move done. Another bit of rubbing going on. Continuing side by side throughout that left-hander, throughout that right-hander. Now down into this right-hander. CJ Pants still got the inside. They're going to squeeze each other. The Akira goes off wide. So does CJ Pants. He takes out the board, but eventually relinquishes the position. The CJ Pants does go wide. And that's going to allow D Van Leur to get a lovely exit through there. He's going to look up the inside, but in the background, Southis under lots of pressure from McGintis. McGintis manages to squeeze up the inside, goes very wide at T1 though, but keeps the position. Very, very nicely done. He's got Raptor swerving a little bit in the background. As CJ Pants and D Van Leur continuing to fight. Jesus, the battle's looking immense today. Oh dear, CJ Pants is locked up. Got straight on and they've crashed. Oh dear, big crash is going on. Southis has gone very wide in the background. But CJ Pants says, oh dear, Southis now under pressure from Raptor as he's gone too wide. And then we've got D Van Leur and McGintis going side by side. CJ Pants just about, even though he locked up and had an absolute mare into that corner, he's managed to stay out in front in 4th position. And McGintis, a lovely move up the inside into turn 4. And he's up to 5th. So a fantastic race so far from McGintis. I believe he started, what was that, 12th? And he's now up to 5th, and we're on lap 3. Very nice. Getting a little love tap from D Van Leur. We'll put it as that. With Raptor pressuring and going for the move on Southis. Again, a little bit of rubbing there, but he's able to make the move stick and move up into 7th place for Raptor in that beautiful little Pirelli livery. Very, very tasty. As McGintis goes wide, could allow D Van Leur to look up the inside. It does. They are going to rub. Pushes McGintis slightly off as Raptor's very deep in the background. Very deep. That allows Southis to sneak back up the inside. But we'll put our focus back onto D Van Leur and McGintis. D Van Leur following and putting high amounts of pressure onto the rear of McGintis in that 5th place currently. And this obviously, this battling has allowed for CJ Pants to extend his lead slightly to 4th place. And then we got a gap up to the leading sort of pack, I believe, because Toddy and Jack now have managed to sort of get ahead. As I say that, Jack goes for the move, looking around the outside down the straight. I was going to say they haven't allowed WRL Leclerc to get ahead too far because they haven't been battling too much. But as I say that, Jack looking for the move, thinks better off it though, and we'll look back. We'll look back to this pack again. Lado said, "Let's go, eek." Yeah, people managed to make it through okay. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So very, very good for the boys there, showing high amounts of respect for each other. But I'm not sure if there was a crash or what happened to YTB Ferrari. A couple of people falling down the order. Rundle as well down in 13th. I'm not too sure where he started, but not the best race from him. As Toddy Games has closed right up on Leclerc for the lead. I'm not sure what exactly has happened there, but he's obviously closed up. Jack has as well, so possibly Leclerc's made a little mistake. But that could allow for a cheeky little battle for the lead. As D Van Leur, I've seen, has passed McGintis into 5th. McGintis going extremely wide there on the penultimate corner. Cuts across the grass and allows for a decent exit there. We'll switch back to the front runners. We've got Toddy Games in 2nd, being highly pressurised by Jack in 3rd. Jack looking to make the move around the first corner, but can't quite do anything that time around. As McGintis again going very wide at the first corner, with the battle sort of tapering off near the rear now. We've got F1E reviews in 8th, to be fair, looking like he's having a nice battle. Jack can't quite make the move into T2 there, so we'll look back to F1E Reviews. We've got a nice little train forming, actually. F1E Reviews down in 8th, followed by Raptor in 9th, who I believe lost a couple of positions because he went wide at the last corner that we saw, as he's gone wide there, just as I say. And that could allow Arsenal to make a cheeky little move. Not going to happen this time, I don't believe. No, he's just a little bit too far back. That could prove some decent battling, though, as we see also Arctic and YTB Ferrari in the background as well, looking to possibly have a little bit of a cheeky battle. We'll see, since people have had interesting starts to their race, what pit strategies they're going to choose, especially with these wet tyres. How long? We're not really sure how long they're lasting, or what's happening on that aspect. But at the moment, boys just doing very, very well to keep it on the track, to be honest. As I say, that Toddy Game's getting very interesting tank slappers through there. As poor KFC running down in 14th, the poor lad. Not having a great race for his opening round of the championship today, but still, thank you for joining. Oh dear, is that Jack who's gone wide? Is it? No, Jack is. Sorry, Toddy Games has gone wide, and it's allowed Jack to sneak up the inside. Again, got track position for that first corner, so he's able to keep it, move up into second. But again, that's allowed WRL Leclerc to pull a massive gap on them. Almost 2.5 seconds now going down this, well, what I would call a straight, but what is officially turn 2. So that's obviously allowed, yeah. Oh dear, Jack's gone very wide into turn 3, and that should allow Todd to get a better exit. But these two boys battling has allowed for CJ Pants and sort of Devan Lur McGintis as well in the background to properly catch up to this second place battle. As Jack goes wide, leaves the space for Todd, and Todd's able to make the move, stick up the inside. Very nicely done. So now we're just waiting, rubbing our hands with glee. How is this all going to play out? Will CJ Pants and Devan Lur be able to sneak up on the rear? CJ Pants under all sort of pressure now from Devan Lur. Not the best couple of corners for him. But if Todd and Jack continue to fight it out, oh dear! I thought CJ Pants might get a little bit punted there, a little bit rubbing on the rear from Devan Lur. He's able to hold position. And this battling from them is not going to be good overall. See how much time they've already lost as Devan Lur looks at the move. Oh my goodness! CJ Pants cuts him off and is able to hold position. Jack and Todd still going at it into the first corner. Oh my goodness. I feel like this could hopefully they'll continue to be respectful as they have been for each other, but I feel like it could end in tears here if it all goes tits up. But WRL Leclerc continuing to increase his lead up to 3 seconds now after that lap. So it's looking at one point like he was pulling away and he was going to steal it. Absolutely just take the race with both hands. Then he slowed down a little bit and it looks okay as, oh dear, Toddy Games goes wide again at T3. Allows Jack to sneak up the inside. We've got Devan Lur and CJ Pants going side by side as well. Could see a cheeky move up to 4th place with Devan Lur as, oh my goodness. I know Robin is racing, boys, but that was a lot. Both of them getting very out of shape into T4. They managed to hold it together and caught up some time, I believe, on the 2nd and 3rd place runners of Jack and Todd. As F1E Reviews has pulled a nice little gap on Arsenal and YTB Ferrari, so I'm not sure what happened to them. He's almost caught up on the back of Southers now, down in 8th position. WRL Leclerc looking very nice out in front, as I was saying. Built a cheeky little gap. Nothing to sit on your laurels about, mate, but still looking good. And I believe this has now officially become a 4-car train. Almost. This has almost become a 5-car train for second now. With Jack pulling a cheeky little gap on Todd, actually, around that part of the lap. So we could see Jack, if he's able to put in the pace now, catching back up with WRL Leclerc for the lead. But we've got 3rd to 6th in a nice little train here. McGintis goes up the inside of Duke. Oh, Devan Lur just managing to defend his 5th position there from McGintis. But battling going on left, right and centre. With Todd definitely making a mistake on that last lap, since he's dropped so much time to Jack, or possibly it's just Jack putting in the absolute pace. Jack putting in some cheeky pace. Look at the times on the left there. WRL Leclerc, obviously both of them in free air now. WRL Leclerc on a 39.5 last lap. Jack on a 38.3. So incredible there. And also everybody who used down an 8th on a 38.6. So fair play. People putting in some very decent race pace. Very, very decent race pace. With now this little train falling off a little bit. We now just got sort of equal spacings between first and second, second and third, and then we've got this little train behind of fourth, fifth, and sixth. With CJ Pants in the Lamborghini, Van Leur in the Acura, and McGintis in the Porsche. But obviously quite a long. Obviously, well, they're the same length. All these races for about 40 minutes. And I try and just work out the right lap times. As McGintis looking around the outside, around the last corner, it goes wide as it happens. As they both got very wide there, Van Leur and McGintis. That's gonna highly slow them down. But McGintis not able to make the move around the outside. And I think the game would have told him off if he'd done it anyway. So probably for the best. Yeah, sorry, Bass GT saying cough, cough. Yeah, mate, honestly, I'm very hungover. I've got a cough, and every time I cough, I feel like I could throw up at any point. So it's not doing it, not the best. Bass GT said, are the cars equal or are the performance for each different? The performance for each are different. They're all relatively similar. Obviously, they're all GT3 cars. But yeah, some of them have slightly different top speeds, braking ability, handling, blah, blah, blah. But everyone got randomly picked for their cars when they entered the championship. So no favoritism or anything, don't worry. Everything's very, very fair today. Dark Faust saying Spinala. I haven't seen a Spinala quite as of yet. But here we go. Looking like there could be a cheeky little battle on our hands. With Leclerc picking up the pace to a 138.6, but Jack picking up the pace even more with a 137.9. Super quick from Jack. He's always very impressive. Managed to break away from the fight with Todd for second, and now he's right on the rear of WRL Leclerc for the lead. We'll have a cheeky little look back. We've got Toddy in third, with CJ Pan slightly behind in fourth, Van Leur slightly behind in fifth, and then McGintis, I'm not sure what's happened to him. Lost a decent bit of time on that lap. Now a couple of seconds off of Van Leur. Even though it's changing every lap, boys. Every lap it's changing. We have a battle for this position, and then that'll taper off, and then suddenly we'll have another battle for another position as people are just jostling and moving about and spin-allering and everything. But here we are. About on the straight there, seeming like about half a second between the boys, just over half a second, 3/4 of a second, as WRL Leclerc is still leading the race. Just about. Jack's got a lovely exit from turn 3 there, though. In no way is he going to make it side by side on the straight. He is indeed. What an exit he's got there. Up the inside, looking like he's going to be able to take WRL Leclerc for the lead into T4. Who's going to be the latest breaker? WRL Leclerc's done very well there on the outside. Managed to hold it. Doesn't get punted off around the outside like Alex Albon does. But they're still side by side. As no, they're not anymore. Jack's made the place. Fantastic little move from him. Moving up into first position, taking the lead of this race for today. And if Jack manages to win, that would be 4 different winners from the 4 first rounds of the series, which would be incredible. Absolutely amazing that so much different talent at different tracks in different conditions. But Jack continuing to put in the pace now. If he's able to eke out a bit of a lead over WRL Leclerc, we'll see what he does with his pit strategy, and if he decides to go a bit longer since he's out in front in clear air. Yeah, look at that. Already 0.3 of a second of WRL Leclerc. As WRL Leclerc takes an interesting line through the final corner, we'll put it that way. Who is that down? Is it KFC? It's not KFC. Oh, okay, it's Rundle. There we go. So Rundle and KFC, I believe, are both a lap down. Or, sorry, KFC is a lap down, but Rundle's just about to be a lap down. He's getting chased down by the leaders now. Poor lad. I'm not sure what happened to him at the start, but down in 13th. Not his best race. Move back to the front runners. Seems we've got Van Leur with CJ Pants just behind him. I think Van Leur's made that move because he was just behind before. So we've seen him move up a position there, I believe. As come wide again at turn 3. Very, very easy to do, especially in these conditions. You're all over the shop. As Jack, wow, Jack continues to amaze me with his continuous 137s. Pulled out over a second now on WRL Leclerc, so no DRS of WRL Leclerc, even though we don't have it in this series. But Finn Houlihan said, "This is really good racing. Why have I not watched the championship before?" Mate, why have you not watched the championship before? It's brilliant. The best championship in the world, I think it's quite obvious to say. Racing's always brilliant, especially now in the wet. Fantastic little battles going on. And at the other races, the commentary might be a little bit better if I'm a little bit more animated. But yeah, lad, if you haven't watched the races before, there's the highlights. There's the full streams if you really want to watch those. But there's the highlights on the channel as well. They're all about 10 minutes, just under. So easy little bite-sized chunks of races there. And last round at Monza was so good, like unbelievably good. So I'd highly recommend you go and check out that highlights video on the channel. Fantastically edited by JWF1, of course. He's down in 11th currently. Not the best race of him. Always nice of him to do the edit, though. I know he says he doesn't enjoy the editing when obviously he's not doing well, because he's just watching other people doing well and getting sad. So I feel bad for him, but you got to do what you got to do, lad. Thank you for doing the editing. As there you go, Rundle is going slowly at the side of the track, allowing for the faster cars to go through. As oh my goodness, Senior Pants with a diving move into T3 doesn't quite work out. Almost did a sort of Sebastian Vettel there, and stuck his nose up the inside, and the gap closed. But instead of doing a Sebastian Vettel of pulling out and spinalaring, he just kept his nose in and hit the man look, which I mean, is fair enough. Just as we were talking about him, Arctic JDF1 is currently in the pits, so making a slightly early pit stop today, seeing if that undercut can do him a treat. Who is that coming out the last corner? Is that Arsenal? It is indeed. Arsenal's going to pass him for 11th. Again, not sure really what happened with him. But look at that. Oh my goodness, I can't quite believe how quick Jack is. He's got a 3-second lead now over WRL Leclerc. WRL Leclerc has sort of, well, almost fallen back into the clutches of Toddy Games. Toddy Games putting in the pace and losing the battle between himself, Divan Lure, Cedio Pants, McGintis, all that lot. As in the background, Cedio Pants goes very, very wide. Not going to be able to get the pace down there. As I believe that's Rundle actually behind him. Yeah, so that's not a battle for position. McGintis slightly behind is the only battle for position. As you can see, Rundle there flashing his lights. Don't know why. I don't know if that's flashing lights out of enjoyment or out of sheer being terrified or boredom or what he's doing. But hello, you're on stream, mate. Continue flashing those lights as oh dear, oh no, KFC, what have you done? KFC's binned it at T3. That's actually been quite beneficial for the front runners. They've been able to get past him relatively easily. As I believe the leader Jack is now coming up on another back marker. He is indeed. That's JWF1 who has pitted. As I speak of pitting, Raptor just come in that beautiful Pirelli livery BMW Z4. But those wing mirrors on that car are very odd. They look like Shrek's ears, don't they? They look slightly interesting. But to be fair, overall a very, very nice looking car. As Arsenal's going to go past him in the pits as well, I believe, and collect another little place. But Jack now has been able to get past the back markers, I believe. I believe they're all getting out of the way. We'll look back into sort of Divan Lure McGintis territory. Oh, as McGintis dives into the pits. Relatively early pit stop there. Around midway through the race. 13 laps out of 17. As CJ Pants comes in the pits as well in the Lamborghini. And so does F1 Reviews behind. So 3 of them diving in on lap 13. As I said, about halfway through. So the most sort of common sense way to do it. Midway through, pit, change your tyres, add a bit of fuel, and go. But we'll see if this undercut can work. I think Jack is a little bit of a lost cause now. I think he's going to run away with this one. But we'll see. Sort of McGintis, he was in what 5th, I believe, when he pitted. So we'll see if he can make a jump on D Van Leur, maybe catch up close to Toddy Games if it goes well. But the battle for second hotting up. This is two guys who have not pitted yet, so genuine on-track battle here. I have a feeling that, well, if I was racing, if I was WRL Leclerc and I've been caught up by Todd, rather than getting involved and losing time in a battle, I think either this lap or next lap, depending on how much time he's losing out to Todd, I would just jump in the pits, to be quite honest. I don't want to lose the time, dive in and see what happens. As people are starting to trickle back out now, CJ Pants has come out ahead of McGintis in 7th and 8th, as Arsenal's now got a penalty. And oh my goodness, Toddy Games dives up the inside of WRL Leclerc, and as I said, WRL Leclerc making a cheeky little pit stop, making sure he loses as little time as possible as he comes in the pits, and he has messed up the line as he's entered. So obviously you've got a pit lane line where you have to be at a certain speed, and if you go over that you're going to get a penalty. Now I think he believed the line was earlier than he thought it was, so he's come in the pits and he's lost out loads of time to D Van Leur. D Van Leur right on his arse now. So that's been quite beneficial to Todd, actually. Todd obviously did, I'll give him credit, did make the move before WRL Leclerc dived into the pits. So a cheeky little move from him moves him up to second place on the road. Be a lovely haul of points. Lovely pool of points. Sorry, pool of points. What am I on about? Pool of points. A lovely pool of points for him. But obviously, Todd, he did well at the first race, but hasn't done great since then. But still doing okay in the championship, and a nice little bit of points in from a second place would be lovely for him. And then we've got WRL Leclerc, who I believe has already come out of the pits. He has indeed just exited the pits. Got a little bit of time eked out on D Van Leur there, as he comes out ahead, just ahead of CJ Pants and McGintis there. So I believe positions staying relatively similar, with McGintis catching up on D Van Leur, sorry, on CJ Pants quite a bit. So you could see a cheeky little battle from them, as we do. A lot of rubbing there. An interesting move from McGintis, but he's made it stick. Gotten up into 6th place. I think sort of made the move, made a bit of contact, and then sort of sometimes they can just sort of hook together. As CJ Pants isn't giving up though, looking around the outside. He's going to try and switch it back. As he does, can he get the power down? We know that Lambo's got grunt, and he can indeed, making the move back up into 6th place. Cheeky little battle from these boys. Very, very nice to see. As Toddy Games has actually dived in the pits now. Jack continuing to stay out, as I said, on the longer strategy, being out in front, putting in the laps, as he is doing. YTB Ferrari, another man that has not pitted yet, moving up into second. Did a really, really good qualifying session, putting him on third on the grid, but didn't have the bestest of starts. And he dropped down quite a way. But hopefully he can pick up some time. As Todd, there we are. I can see WRL Leclerc coming onto the straight now. Toddy Games is just exiting the pit, so I think he should be good. It is going to be relatively close, though. Toddy Games rounding the first corner, getting the power down onto the straight, but so does WRL Leclerc. Coming out the final corner, gets the power down, but yeah, Toddy Games not having too much of an issue with that pit exit there. Gaining a few seconds on WRL Leclerc in the pits there, but I believe he did have the slight advantage on pace on entrance to the pits anyway. So, seems about fair, doesn't it? Seems about fair. Liam talks F1. Surprise, bruh. Surprise, bruh. Nice. Very nice. Always love a surprise, bruh. As there you go. Jack has finally come into the pits. It's going to allow YTB Ferrari to be off into second, who hasn't pitted yet. Sorry, move up into first, who hasn't pitted yet. But equally, he might come in the pits now. Relatively late on in, there is no pit window, but the sort of the general pit window of when people come in. As Jack had pretty, there you go. YTB Ferrari has indeed come into the pits. Jack had pretty blinding pace, and was doing very, very well. So I believe he should come out in the lead pretty comfortably here, with many, many seconds of advantage, as we'll look slightly further back to what will actually be third place, And there you go. Jack has already exited the pits as the boys come onto the pit straight. As to be fair, they're closer than I thought they'd be. Jack just leaving the pits now. So I believe that's going to be, what, about 5 seconds is that? Maybe a little bit more. As who is that? WRL Leclerc going very wide at the first corner. This has allowed Divan Le to put in some lovely pace. Catch up is now on the back of WRL Leclerc for that third place. We could see a cheeky little battle between these two. We've seen them racing before. In the last race at Monza, I believe, we saw them battling, and I've seen them battling in other series as well. So I know they can give us a cheeky little bit for the stream. Would be lovely to see. As Toddy sort of left on his own now in second. We've got Divan Le using the slipstream. As I said, no DRS, so he can't get any assistance from that. He's going to look to the outside. He's braking very late there. Very nicely done. Does get it stopped. Turns in. No way has he made that move around the outside. He has indeed. WRL Leclerc tries to get a good exit, but can't quite do so, and has to I was about to say slut in. What am I on about? He looks to the move up the inside. Oh my goodness. I thought that was going to be a punterino there from WRL Leclerc, but he's just sort of slipped in behind Divan Le, and that's allowed Divan Le to push up into the podium positions, and that is very, very bad for WRL Leclerc. As I said, a championship contender for the championship. Oh dear, Arsenal says, I've retired due to a gearbox failure. Unlucky, mate. That is very, very, very sad. Very, very sad to hear, Arsenal. Mechanical failures aren't on, but I guess if you had quite a large crash, that your car would not be enjoying itself. So that's fair enough, mate. Sadly, no points for you today then, Arsenal. Obviously, you picked up your, I believe it was last race, in Monza. You picked up your first points. It was indeed, yeah. You got a 9th place in Monza. But today, sadly, same as your first 2 races, no points there. So very, very sad. A big sad there. F's in the chat for Arsenal. As Divan Le with very, very nice pace, to be fair. Jack has done a 1. Oh, okay, no, I think that might have just been because his lap, he obviously came out the pits. So I think that's not really showing what Jack's actual pace is with a 1:46.1. But as I was saying, Divan Le with some cheeky little pace, a 1:37.0 on the last lap, with Toddy doing a 1:37.4 and Leclerc a 1:38.1. So Leclerc definitely not having the pace today, falling off the back of Divan Le slightly. But could we see Divan Le continue to put in the pace and possibly catch up with Todd? Indeed. Second place battle could be on the cards. We've still got a little bit of a while left of the race. We've got, what, 9 laps to go? So as I said, quite the long race today. 27 laps of the Red Bull Ring. That's who's that? Asher is in the chat. Hello, Asher. Welcome to the stream. As Divan Le goes very wide, so does WRL Leclerc. I think the boys being very liberal. Oh my goodness, boys, I can't speak today. Very liberal with the track limits rules today. Just trying to eke out that time wherever they can. Divan Le on a 1:36.9 on that last lap, with Toddy on a 1:37.8, almost a second on that lap. Come on, Divan Le! I know I don't take sides, but I want this battle to happen, especially if Leclerc can stay in his sort of slipstream, stay in that little bubble. If both of the two can catch up with second place man Toddy Games, it would be brilliant to see. Absolutely brilliant, as Todd has made a mistake, I believe. Lost the back end out of turn 3 and has lost some time to Divan Le. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Come on, boys, I want to see a cheeky little battle. We're going to look back slightly to the 5th place battle. We got McGintis, who had a great race, starting 12th up to 5th, with Senior Pants pressuring his rear end there in the Lamborghini. And also, if I look back as well, a little battle for 7th place. We've got Southless down in 7th, YTB Ferrari in 8th, and F1E Reviews in 9th. All picking up points today and having a cheeky little battle down for those positions. We'll move back to the front runners now, as JWF1's allowed the leaders through. Very nice. Divan Le's going to go, wow, what an exit from him. Goes side by side with Todd, and it is no way he's going to do that. Round the outside. Oh, wow. Fair play to Divan Le. I didn't think he'd do it that quick. I was thinking, oh, there's 9 laps in the race. He could possibly get on him here. Like a lap later, and he's passed him. Beautiful, beautiful effort there from Divan Le. well, I believe 5-6 seconds. He's putting in pace, but even to close that gap to Jack in first would be immense. But there we are. Todd, as I was saying, needs the points. So not great from him, dropping from second to third. Still a lovely little haul of points for third, don't get me wrong. But he needs them. He needs them. He needs to grab them with both hands and go for it. So he's still on the rear of Devan Lur, but Devan Lur putting in some brilliant pace. As, oh my goodness, that was a very late send from Todd there. Doesn't quite get it stopped. Loses a lot of time on exit there, and that's going to allow WRL Leclerc to get a much better exit. Holding in his slipstream, and we could see Todd go from second to fourth. It's certainly a possibility. Devan Lur looking to put in the pace now and eke away from these guys. As, oh my goodness, no, he's gone wide. He has gone wide. He comes back on the track, allows Todd back through into second. I thought he'd gone a lot wider than he actually did, and he was going to lose out proper there. But one lapse of judgment in this wet weather can be costly, as we've seen there from Devan Lur. Moving down into third place, but still right on the bumper of Todd. Todd's counting his lucky stars there. Thank God. Moves back up into second. And Leclerc obviously now right on the back as well. We're moving into a three-way battle for second, boys. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Again with Devan Lur putting in solid times, getting right up. Oh my goodness, he was close to the rear there of Toddy Games. But what could he do on this lap? Moving on to lap 20 of the race. Following in processional order, all of them taking a very similar line through the first corner. I think when you go wide at the first corner, by the time because this then corner at the top of the hill is very slow. Oh my goodness, that's a huge kerfuffle going on. Todd drops one down to fourth. I'm not sure what happened there. Possibly just the slipstream. He's going to try and hold the inside, try and keep WRL Leclerc behind, which he does so very nicely. That's benefited Devan Lur. I don't even know what happened there to Todd. He was suddenly so slow by the end of that straight, as he's trying to hold the inside, trying to cover off from WRL Leclerc, but also still look for a move on Devan Lur. As he's got a brilliant exit there, to be fair. Lovely taking of that right-hander. Is he going to look up the inside for the flowing right-hander? Thinks better of it though this time, probably for the best. Gets a nice little wide exit though. Got decent speed. He's going to look for it up the inside again. Oh my goodness. Todd, stop doing that to me, man. You're going to give me a heart attack. Jesus Christ. WRL Leclerc fallen slightly off. Todd with a good exit. Right up behind. You couldn't get any closer than that. As he might send it up the inside into this corner. He thinks about it, but again, not quite able to do it. They're getting so close, and obviously this battling, to be fair, isn't hindering them too much. They're still around 5-6 seconds off Jack, but it's not looking doable now, is it? Closing that gap. I mean, it wasn't last lap, but it definitely isn't now. With these three still sort of following unison, Devan Lur pulled another gap. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake. We've got WRL Leclerc looking to make the move on Todd for third now. Hooked in the slipstream. What can he do? Up into turn 3. He does look for the inside. He's going to go for the send. Very late. Oh, no. What's happened there? Oh, an absolute send from WRL Leclerc. Completely misses Toddy Games, but crashes straight into Devan Lur. Oh, mate. WRL Leclerc, hang your head in shame, bud. He allows Devan Lur through, but I believe they're both going to have serious damage. I'm not even sure whether they'll be able to continue, but Toddy Games says thank you very much to those boys. He's now in second by himself. He's chill. As long as he doesn't bid it, do something stupid by himself, realistically, he's got second place here. Let's look at that. The Devan Lur's Acura looking a lot worse aware than it was just a lap previous. Very sad for him. Looking to get some decent points. Now, I'm not sure. I can't see how bad his damage is. So we'll have to just check on them and see if they come into the pits here or not. Because obviously they've both done their mandatory pit stop for tyres and fuel already. So is it worth it for them? Or are they just going to try and trundle around and see what happens? As they both decide to stay out. So obviously the damage not completely hindering their performance, but this is going to be very beneficial to McGintis, who's pulled a slight gap on CJ Pants there with some solid pace. Now both of them are about 3-4 seconds, it seems, behind Leclerc and Di Van Leur. So if their damage isn't too bad and they can still hold pace okay, then we could see, and they're gonna continue fighting. Leclerc looking to go around the outside of Di Van Leur, as Di Van Leur goes a little bit off there, a little bit on the grass, allows him through, but it does seem that the oh my god, he can barely even get it stopped for the corner, mate. Honestly, oh. He's gone for the move. He's gone for the move, to be fair. Sent it back on the inside, but a lovely little switchback from WR Leclerc. Seals in the 3rd place, as we've got JWF1, or Arctic, in the Bentley. He's down in 12th. He doesn't really know what's happening between these two boys. He's sort of in a sandwich between the 3rd and 4th place runners and the 5th and... Sorry, the 5th and 6th place runners. Just hopefully he doesn't get too involved. We'll put it that way. Doesn't cause any kerfuffles, because the boys out in the top positions won't be particularly happy with him if he does do anything silly. As I am on red alert, I am. Not sure what was happening there. Di Van Leur clearly struggling with the damage now. Leclerc's pulled a nice little gap on him, and he's now seeming like he's going to get repassed or unlapped even by JWF1. As he does indeed. JWF1 looking for the inside round there. Doesn't do it this time, but yeah, Di Van Leur just damage control at this point. We've got McGintis really quickly pulling pace on him. So WR Leclerc might just be able to hold this, but it's looking more and more like Di Van Leur won't. As I say that, McGintis goes up the inside of Di Van Leur to take that 4th place. As Di Van Leur doesn't quite get it stopped. We got a gaggle of 4 cars. Oh my goodness, I thought there was going to be a big crash there between JWF1 and the back as a back marker and the others. Oh my god, Jesus! Rundle's now getting involved as well, down in 12th. So oh my goodness, Rundle and JWF1 are fighting for position, and then so are the other 3 boys. CJ Pants, how's he done that? I've just noticed. Oh, I think it was. What is going on? The amount of bumping and barging going on through there. CJ Pants has done a worldie. He's up into 4th. I think that was because Di Van Leur pushed McGintis wide going into the 1st corner. CJ Pants has done an absolute... Oh, what's happened to my voice there? Oh my goodness. I don't even know you can tell that on stream. There we go. The voice is back to normal. What was that? CJ Pants done an absolute worldie there, up into 4th. McGintis managed to repass Di Van Leur finally at this point. Di Van Leur with his pretty terrible damage there. Rundle, what are you doing? Luckily, Rundle's come out worse from that. But yeah, Rundle doing a cheeky spinala. So did JWF1. They're both spinalering as Rundle goes past JWF1 on track, 4th position. Lots of spinalas in the wet, lovely to see. But CJ Pants, as I said, coming out well in 4th. Some lovely points from him there. Having a great race last time, getting a 3rd place. So continuing his fine performances. And a small gap from him to WR Leclerc in front. Obviously, WR Leclerc with damage. So it could be interesting to see. We've got, what, 3-4 laps? Yeah, 3 laps now left of this race. So can CJ Pants close that gap? With what happened between McGintis and Di Van Leur, that's allowed CJ Pants to create a slight little gap over McGintis. But they're both on very similar pace, I believe. McGintis slightly slower that last time, but that could have been obviously with all the battling we had. And Di Van Leur, honestly, I just feel so bad for him, man. I feel so bad for Di Van Leur. He was looking set, wasn't he? Great racing and fantastic pace from him. Up in 2nd, and then a wild WR Leclerc out of nowhere just comes in and absolutely noshes on him. We've got some other people in the chat as well. My boy 123 in the lead. Yes, Asher, come on. Jack has absolutely bossed this race. We haven't really seen him because we haven't had anything to cover because he's been so damn good. He's 8 seconds in the lead, putting in the pace, the 137s. He's been consistent all the time. One of the fastest runners, looking like he's going to get fastest lap as well to really get some decent points today. So Asher, you've got to hand it to Jack, eking out the lead and doing very, very nicely. Who's this? We've got Southers and F1 Reviews very, very close to each other, having a cheeky little battle down in 7th. Obviously, still some cheeky points. Still some cheeky points. JWF1, I got taken out by a back marker. That is big sad, JWF1. Big sad. But yeah, as I was saying, Jack just doing fantastically. You can't fault him. Onto the penultimate lap of the race for him, with Toddy just behind, again getting lucky with little crashes and coming together between D Van Leur and WRR Leclerc. So he's sitting pretty happy now in second. A lovely little points haul for him. Then, as we speak of the devil, WRR Leclerc in third. Still managing to keep that sort of 1-2 second gap, so I don't believe his damage was too bad when he had the crash with D Van Leur. I think D Van Leur came off a lot worse. With D Van Leur, I think he was about 5 or 6 seconds off the leader when they had the crash. Now he's 30. So really not doing well at the moment. So poor him. Still picking up some lovely points. What didn't get lucky last time, qualifying on pole at the last race and then ending up finishing, I believe it was 6th actually. Yeah, finishing 6th. And then again, more further bad luck here today at the Red Bull Ring, causing another 6th place seemingly. He's got about 20 seconds back to Southless and F1 reviews down as 7th. So, and they're battling as well, so no chance that even with damage they're going to be able to catch him up. And Southless holds the inside. F1 reviews going to try and get a decent exit. Not quite able to do so this time, so he's going to have to continue following in his slipstream, should I say. It's pretty strong on this track, to be fair. So should assist in one way or another. As we've got, to be fair, CDOpads is closing that gap down slightly. We're at about 9/10 now. Going on to the final lap of the race. Jack's already started it. A very short lap, so we should see this race over very soon. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. I'm actually here slightly on time, Mr. Meerkat. Hello, Amnar. Slightly on time. I mean, it's the last lap of the race, but close enough, close enough. J-Source, that was an absolute send. Absolute send, I know it was. Interesting one there. I think I might have a few clips from this race to go through before we release the official results. But Leclerc still holding that gap over CJ Pants. Gone up a little bit now to about 1.5 seconds, so I think he's going to hold that. But otherwise, not really any close battles. Southless pulling a slight gap on F1 reviews there for 7th as they go on to the last lap. But all I can really do is continue to just say my praises to Jack, really. Like, completely fair play to him. He's absolutely bossed this race. Some brilliant moves to get into first, past Todd, I believe it was, for the lead. But since then, just been smashing in the pace. Absolutely smashing in the pace. Done a fantastic job as he's winding around the final corners to take his first win in the MotoMeerkat World Series, and that makes it 4 different winners from the first 4 races. If you're not subscribed to the MotoMeerkat channel, you should do so already because you don't want to miss the rest of this series as Jack takes the win at the Red Bull Ring. Fantastic for him. We'll get him in the chat after and just sing his praises further. As we look slightly further back, we've got Raptor coming across the line, who's slightly further down. Todd taking some fantastic points, so we're happy that his luck's turned around there at the Red Bull Ring, finishing second. Oh my god, do you see that crash? WR Leclerc coming around the final corner, doesn't get a brilliant exit, and he's got Cedar Pants breathing down his neck, but can't quite do it on the last lap. WR Leclerc and managing to take that podium. I'm sure he'll apologise after the race for that kerfuffle with D Van Leur. Cedar Pants coming across the line in 4th, another good haul of points for him after his decent race in Monza, and McGintis as well with a brilliant race coming from 12th to 5th. So some decent points there for him. And poor old D Van Leur comes across the line in 6th. Another disappointing race from him as well as in Monza, but he just got absolutely messed up by McGintis. So very sad for him. As it's looking very close, to be fair, for 7th. F1 Review's going to look for it on the line, but can't quite do so. Only like a few hundredths of a second or even thousands of a second in there between Southless and F1 Review to finish 7th and 8th. Just behind, we've got YTB Ferrari, Damage Control in 9th. And I believe that's everyone. That's everyone across the line. So there you go. That's your finishing order, apart from penalties that may possibly happen after the race. And Jack doing the fastest lap on the last lap with a 1:35.8. Look at that. Look at that. That is insane. That is insane. 35.8. How's he done that? That is like almost a second quicker than anyone else. That is absolutely mental. But what a race. Another brilliant one. Another brilliant one from the boys. Very, very enjoyable. Now I'll jump onto Xbox chat and I'll get the top 3 in. Now McGintis, he wanted a Oh dear, oh dear. KFC was ridiculous apparently. Blocked me for 2 straight laps, spun me and forced me off, meaning I lost P10. Damn! Well, JWF1, get me the clips in and we'll sort that out. It was his first race, so I'll be a little bit nicer on him. Well, obviously, the rules are the rules, and if he does something against the rules, he's going to get clarted. But I won't be so judgmental on him as such. It was his first race, and we'll give him the benefit of the doubt as such. But yeah, frustrating for you, JW. And Asher123 will win this tournament. I believe, I'm not sure, we'll have to work out what the championship standings are after that race. But it is going to be very close. I think he might just be in the lead, especially with the fastest lap. I think he is. Jack, I think, pushing on into the lead. So we'll get the top 3 into a little party now. Who is it? We got Jack, we got Todd, and we got WR Leclerc. I can invite him. There we go. Send invitation. They have been sent. Hopefully we can see the boys jump in the party very soon, and we'll get to answering them the hard-hitting questions. We got WR Leclerc in here already. Todd's just jumping in as well. Welcome, boys. Fantastic race from you both. We'll see if Jack can jump in and do a little bit of an interview. But we'll start off with the boys. I firstly want to start off by saying well done, fantastic race to you both. WR Leclerc, what was that send on Duke? That was mental.
Yeah, basically, so I went for a move on Toddy. As you saw, I put a wheel on the grass and I just couldn't stop in time before going into the side of him.
Yeah, we saw you were trying to speak. You were swerving all over the place, and you just couldn't get it stopped, and then bang, crash, wallop, and it all sort of went down. So very frustrating for.
I reckon if it was either in the dry or I didn't put my wheel off the track, 100% I would have stopped before him. Obviously, apologies to Duke for ruining his race. I've spoken already, and my apologies and everything. So.
Good sim racers as always. Very respectful. But yeah, frustrating for him. But mate, you still managed to secure the third. So well done to you. And then Toddy as well. You had fantastic. You always seem to be involved in the battles. At this race especially. You had some great battles, and then those boys had that crash, and you were sort of just left to your own. So how did you feel about the race? I can't hear you, mate. You're very, very, very quiet. No, not really. Yeah, that is a little bit better.
Mic's in my mouth.
There you go. That's much better.
So, Jack kind of took off.
He did, yeah.
And I thought there's no way I'm going to catch him. And then, obviously, when Leclerc sent Duke into the next postcode, I was like, oh, okay. So, I was able to just keep it consistent, keep it on the road, and it kind of makes up for the rude awakening I had by finding out it was half an hour earlier.
Yeah,
So,
my apologies about that.
It's okay.
Well, yeah, you jumped in, mate, and you got that second place, so well done. And Jack said sorry he can't join the party. So so that is all. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for racing, and well done. I'll see you next week. Cheers, lads. Well, there we are. There we have it. Now I know no one really wants me to do it, but I'll pop the camera back on. We'll switch over to this bad boy, and we'll finish out the stream. There we are. Boopity boop. There we go. It's me face. Oh, great. I still feel like absolute crap. I'm going to have a sandwich and chill out. Get the F1 qualifying on. And have a nice little chill day, I think. So thank you all very much for watching the 4th round of the MotoMeerkat World Series. Another fantastic race from the boys. Be sure to subscribe to the MotoMeerkat channel down below if you haven't already, so that you don't miss another one of the races in this championship, because obviously they're bloody brilliant. Next race, round 5. Where is that? Let's have a cheeky little look. We are at Silverstone for the next round, so the British round of the championship. Going to be fantastic. Always make some good racing there, so it should be great fun. But again, thank you so much for watching. Honestly, I appreciate it hugely. Thanks to all the guys for racing, and I'll see all of you Meerkats later. Goodbye, guys.
You